All right, g'day guys. Hope you're well. All right. Okay, I've got go tape. I've got a short amount of time here because we've got the 4-hour candle closing in 15 minutes, and there's a high probability that I will have to raise some orders coming into that. So I want to make sure that I take about 10-11 minutes, and that I give you the information that you need to have. It's been a good couple of days as far as trades go. I've had 3 trades in the last 2 days. Engines hit first target, still on Bancor, and Luna, I think, I'm not sure if it's hit first target yet or not. Super dupities, you're a legend. How funny. G'day, all right. So, I'm going to show you a watch list that I've put together after this morning's list. I've got right now Bitcoin, of course, coming out of this range with a little bit of a bullish candle there after coming off a little bit. What does it tell me? Not a great deal at this stage. I really want to see this continue on, obviously. Push back up through here and just kickstart that momentum back to the upside. Been a week that's been relatively slow. Of course, there's still plenty of time for the week to go. Let's not forget about that. But I do want to see it continue through. At this stage, cyclicity-wise, we haven't got any. We sold off. We've come back. Can we keep going? I bloody hope so. It'd be very nice to see. All right, so that's Bitcoin. What I'm looking at here is my top 10. All right. What I'm going to go and have a look at now is the options that I've got coming up on the hour. Okay. G'day, Alec. I hope you heal fast, mate. Okay, so first things first, Cosmos. I'm going to stay focused because I haven't got a lot of time, and I want to get this out so we can work out what orders we're going to raise, if we're going to raise orders at all. Oh, by the way, this is an FTX watch list video. So if you're looking at these are going to be options to trade on FTX, the futures contracts, the perpetual contracts, and if you haven't got your account, 10% off your trading fees in the description below, as well as how to go long, go short, manage your risk, and raise your orders. Yes, it is all there so that you don't cock it up. So go get your account if you haven't already got it. All right. First things first. Let's go to Atom. Oops. What have I done there? Oh, yeah. Rightio. We've come through this range, high or low. Oh, sorry, not really a high or low, but we've pushed up through what has been somewhat of a range there. So I'm pretty happy about that. Coming out of that range now is offering potential opportunities. And what I'm looking at right now is what I would call pretty big. Not the smallest candle. Not the smallest, but it's not mega big. Get some perspective on what could potentially move here. You got Kylie and Dan. Get some perspective on where we've pulled back into. Look at this 4-day back in. We can very easily see this continue on through. So therefore, plenty of potential for further upside. So just get some perspective on that. What we do have on Atom right now, higher low, higher high, pull back in. That also becomes evident on the 8 hour. So that's one that I'm going to wait and see how that candle closes, but it's definitely there. FTX have free deposit and withdrawals. There you go, even better. So if you haven't got your account, go get it. You can see bullish candle in the cradle off an old level of resistance, and I believe we're going to have a bit of fib in there as well. Bingo, bango, bongo. Beautiful. All right, so that's one. Bitcoin, oops, I talked to that just a second ago, so that's not needed to be there. BAT. I put this in before when I did a speed scan. And it must have been because it was on the small. Yeah, it looks better on it when it's small. I actually don't like it. I don't, it's got to come back. Hey, John. It's actually got to come back in a little bit more, and I'm going to give that time. I'm actually going to kill that in the face. Okay, Neo is next. The concern I have with Neo, the first thing I see here is this, right? And Steve just pointed something out that's important that I missed on my speed scan. Higher low, higher high, the 4 hours there, but I don't think we've got the, yeah, we don't. Okay, so that eliminates that. I was just looking at that on the 4 hour. We just do not have a higher low there on that 8 hour. Now, it could certainly move from here, but it wouldn't fit my rules, so that goes as well. PRIVPERP. It's added to Grayscale's buying list. That's great. Resistance up here. Now, it's not there yet on PRIVPERP. If it was to pop up through... Geez, it must be pretty close there. Sorry, just watching a trade get close to target. Anyway, resistance here. Now, if it was to pop up through there without giving me a breakout, there's been some great breakouts of late, been some great levels, and the Bitcoin breakout's been relatively quiet for a little while, but now it's just starting to get its mojo back, and it's moving quite nicely, or offering up quite good opportunities, because the market has been relatively slow for a little while now. Resistance here, we get a third test up there. You've got the rules for the Bitcoin breakout. If you do, you know what you're looking for. If you don't, well, then you don't. But it does push above. A pullback into that level on PERP could prove to be very valuable indeed. Now, if you see here, there's that bullish candle again, broke to the high, so hopefully it keeps on carrying on its merry little way. So far, however, it's got more work to do to get up to that level to then see us get a breakout. But the level's there, I'm keeping an eye on it. Balls. What the? Okay, that's a bit of a shitter. Excuse my French. Okay, I was hopeful that we would get it to continue here to build into this level with PERP. It's busted through. Maybe boosters into this level. We do have a higher low here, only just, but we do have one. A round number of 7,000. That was sort of another reason why I was checking that out and being pretty keen on it. I'm going to keep it in there. Possible boosters or cradles back into that level, and that'll be that. Anyone clean up on an ADA short last night? Nope. Not I. Alright, Theta Network. Now, this has been trending really well for a while, you know. Come out, then we consolidated. We didn't quite get a level to break through, and then we moved again. I'm really just waiting to see if I can get a pullback on this too. You know, look, higher low, higher high, pullback in, little bullish candle in the cradle, pop. I want it up here. You know, ideally, off of $8 would be just smashing. So waiting for that once again. It's a little bit like the lower time frames are a little bit, hey, how you doing at the moment? I want to see cyclicity like, well, I want to see that really. Bing. And it's just not been quite as nice. So yeah, it's really realistically there on that 2 hour. I want to see a pullback to 8 or even a bit deeper would be fine as well. Now coming up to DeFi money, a lot of work for it to continue to consolidate into there to make it worthy. But you can see what I'm looking at here. 2 tests of resistance as it's sort of bubbling and boiling and building all the B words. It doesn't look like it's going to do anything right away, but it is starting to build. And if I take it to, is it the weekly? No. Yeah, it's not much data there. That's the only issue I've got with that. What about the 2 day? Nah, okay, it doesn't add too much. But you can see what I'm looking at there, right? That's the level up around here. So if it was to pop up through there, we would have a higher low, then a higher high to go with that and to make that somewhat worthy. For the time being, it's in the list because if it either builds up to give me a breakout, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow morning, sweet, I'll take the breakout trade. Otherwise, a push above and a pull back in would also be fine. 1 inch. Oh, slow down, you bloody thingy, doobly. Slow down. Ah. All right, this is one that obviously I've been stalking for a little while. Now, there's not an exact level in here. And look, the chart structure, it's not bad. It's not brilliant. What I do like, however, is this. Higher low, higher high, first pullback in here. Now, you can see that clear trend there, that clear move. You can see how it's come out of that 4-day range, and we're now starting to sort of push on a little bit more. So I do quite like the way that looks on the higher time frames. I do quite like where it is on that daily. And this 4 hour here, we've got a higher low, high, higher low, higher high, pull back. We also match that up with the 8 hour, and we do have a higher low and higher high. Now, that is a very nice looking chart to me. The potential for upside is significant. I don't see that as resistance because the level's not the same. That is one that, what have we got time wise? 6 minutes. That is one that I may just take a position on anyway, just a little one. It's not too big right now. I don't want it to get any bigger. I really, really don't want it to get any bigger. And here's one I prepared earlier. This went out to the live trading floor and community members. Those that are in my community put this out. You all saw it. I think many of you are in this. I was going to go originally for my stop being there, which would have been I would have already had 1-to-1, right? As it turns out, I'm just shy of being at 1-to-1 at the moment. What I ended up doing was I looked at this on the 2 and I thought, do you know what? I really like the look of the two. So I actually don't move myself. I calculated for my stop to be here, and to look at this as somewhat more of a swing trade. All right, somewhat more of a swing trade there. It's hit 1-to-1. Now, why am I showing it to you? Well, because the trend's there, and we've got a level of resistance. And if it pulls back into that level of resistance, and it gives me another opportunity to enter, then you bet your bottom dollar I'll be entering. As it stands right now, 50 on there. Okay, yeah, it doesn't stand much at all. So I'm actually waiting for my first target to be hit there, really. I don't think it's been hit anyway. Very bloody close, I'll tell you that much. Great looking chart, great looking trend. On the lower time frames, it's just gone straight up. All right, just gone straight up in the air. Trades from earlier in the week, excuse me, that have hit 1-to-1. This one, Engine, Cradle, hit 1-to-1. I'm in BNT as well, based on the daily. It has not hit 1-to-1 yet. I am still in that. It's a swing trade. So that's my list. I've got 4 minutes to get my numbers together and to make my decisions based on what I'm looking to do, if I'm looking to do anything. So I'm going to go right now and do what I've got to do to raise the orders that I may need to raise. You have a bloody good day. Don't forget, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to TraderCobb.com. There is a free course there, and then go and give me some money and make life good for everybody that I employ so they keep their jobs and you get the best trading education out there. Of course, it's biased. If you haven't got your FTX account, click on the link below, get stuck in, and more importantly, you have yourself a bloody good weekend. Take it easy.